But, we're back. Another day, another dollar. But the thing is, today is actually a really fun day because I got back into the whole entire social media biz. And my God, it's painful. I don't know. I. This was definitely the most experimental video I've done yet. So I'm kind of curious to see exactly what kind of specs we're going to get out of this. I have a feeling we're not going to get crazy views off of this current social media thing. But it was still I'd say it's a cool experiment I did this time. Reach and engagement are actually horrible in this video, I will say. Actually, engagement's gotten a bit better, but not compared to what I used to do. But yeah, no, I guess we're gonna find out exactly how if I still got the social media thing down. Probably not. I think it's gonna be a learning experience. Nothing more, nothing less. I think the biggest issue with this post is just how slow it starts, for sure. But anyways, ignoring all of that, we need to get back into coding because we don't got a whole lot of time and we have a lot to do. Let me just get my my Twitch thingamabob up and running. So Discord, no, I'm in fact live. Starting a little bit later today. The live stream announcement is now out. Okay, let's make sure the YouTube is up and running. There we have it. And now let's just start coding. We did all of our beginning thingamabobs. Now we need to actually start getting this thing done. So I think step number 1 today is going to be we're going to want to start very, very simple. We want to get the key into the game. So map 1, we're going to have no key. Map 2 is going to have a key at the upper middle portion of the map. And map 3 is going to have no key. So we'll do key 1 equals empty. Key 2 is equal to an array that includes 9.5 comma 1.5. And key 3 is going to be empty. And what we're going to do is if we're going to make it so that when we spawn in the new map, so on the remap function, we're going to create an array of keys. So actually, I'm going to call the keys array outside of this. Key 1, key 2, key 3. And we're going to have key... I got to start naming these better, but for right now, this will work. For I equals 0, I less than key. The remap is based on cur level. Dot length. Hello, Chris Paul. How's it going? Welcome back to stream. We're going to create just use this to create our key. Then we're going to do key r dot push key. And here we're going to do, we'll make the key be red, green, blue. I want to keep yellow for purple. Make it purple. Why not? Purple. And we're going to make the positioning of this keys curl level I 0 I1. Oh wait, I0 still. One and one. Append child key array push. Now, theoretically speaking, when I run this, we should now get the okay, there it goes. So now we have the key spawning in. But we do need to make it so that whenever we remap, we first, for I equals 0, actually no, for I equals key R dot length minus 1, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, and we're going to do key R I dot remove, and we're going to do key R dot splice I comma 1. Now let's give it a run. So now this should theoretically fix the problem we have. Of course, if we don't forget parentheses, which could derail the entire thing. Where is the missing parentheses? Hello, an 8-bit boy. How's it going? You're learning how to use a tracker. What kind of tracker are you trying to use? You guys can hear me, right, by the way? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, you guys can hear me. Where did it say the bug was? Line 32. What the? Why is it saying there's a bug there? That's line 47, not 32. What am I saying? So line 47, we have I is I minus minus, not equals equals. Easy bug, easy fix. Okay, so now, theoretically speaking, when we update it, yep, we only get the key in the correct map. This map. Now what we want to do is if key r dot length is greater than 0, we're going to change the color of the hole. And we're going to make it so that we can't actually go through the exit. It's a music thing. Interesting. Okay. So if key r is greater than 0, okay, let's give it a run and see what happens. Well, that's wrong. That's correct. Good. The coloring is wrong. But the general behavior is correct. Oh wait, this goes in the wrong spot. This here needs to go into here. That is correct. Now we save it, now we give it a run and see what happens. Now, yep, now it's red. Now when we pick up the key, we want to make it so that it removes the key R restriction and we can go to the next level. I really, really hope I have enough time. Actually, how much do we have on this game jam? We have, oh god, 1 day and 17 hours. I want to just get the game itself done today. I know that sounds like a lot, but I don't think it is. I also am saying that fully aware that I've made the mistake of assuming that before and I've been wrong. Okay, so what we want to do is when we move the character, for I equals key R, dot length minus 1, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, if player X is less than key R I dot style dot left dot slice 0 comma -2 parse int +1. Actually, what we want to do is want to see this. Hello, Ken. Ken's on the stream. I'm just gonna do it this way. I'm gonna just do minus math dot apps is less than 1. And hello, Cosmical Sounds. How's it going? Life's going well. You'll be lurking because you're going to sleep, Ken? Scream if you need me. Okay, don't worry. I'll scream. I'll scream if I need you, of course. Ken, help! Just kidding. Top. So if all of this is true, then what we want to do is we want to do PR dot PRI dot remove and then key R dot splice I comma 1, and then we want to do if key R dot length is equal to 0, then whole dot style dot background color is equal to green. Let's give it a run and see what happens. So now hopefully the keys work. Well, that did not work. I know why it didn't work. I know why it didn't work. It's parse int over 2. Over 5, actually. Is that true, actually? Why do I feel like it's actually even worse than that? I have a feeling it's actually worse than this, and I'm just I think I even know what the issue is. Yeah, it's worse than that. I don't think the issue is with how I'm formulating the code. I think the issue is with how I'm actually doing this at the moment. So Cosmical Sound says he's doing fine. You have an early morning shift tomorrow. Well, you and me both, so we're in that same boat together. Sorry to hear that. I feel for you. Cheers for us. Okay. The issue is back to this. Um, we're converting it to the relative, the usual BS I do with the relative positioning. And that means that I can't do my usual BS when it comes to doing this. I think I'm gonna do a cop out on this because I don't feel like struggling too hard on this right now. I feel like struggling much harder on this is not worth time or effort. What we're gonna do is when we're creating the keys, so in the remap, we remove the keys, we add the keys. Here's where we add the keys. We're going to push key and the X and a Y. So this and this. This way we can actually do a comparison instead of, okay, but we do need to go back to where I have all my other key R stuff. So now it isn't just, it's key RI2. That's still correct. Where else is key R? We're also using key R for this. Well, that's still correct. Key R I2. That's correct. But the cool part now is instead of me having all of this BS, I can quite simply do key R I 0 and replace this BS with key R I 1. So an 8-bit boy says he'll stick to making normal music because trackers are hard. Okay, let's see what happens here. We opened up the hole. Next level. Next level. Next level. Can't go in. Get the key. Now the hole is complete. And it works! It works! Perfection. While I've accomplished something, I'm gonna just take a look at my analytics really fast. I will say, while my content today is doing decent, it isn't doing great. TikTok is doing much better than usual, though, actually. Oh, and I got some followers. Interesting. Let's take a look at Instagram. I'm going to keep an eye on this during the stream tonight, just because, again, this is new. Maybe I should actually stream me doing this. Maybe. Okay, anyways, back to the usual coding stuff. So we got the keys working. Pretty simple. And now what I should do is I should create a lighting system. So here is where we start getting into the more complicated territory. Because I need to create the lights. So let's first start by just very simply creating moving lights. And then going from there, we're going to add its ability to create the shadows and so on. I'm not looking forward to this part. This part is actually going to be pretty difficult, at least for me. So how we're going to do this is think this through a little bit. Let's have essentially a start point, and we're gonna have what's the word? have patrol points set up for the light. That's how we're going to make the light move. So we're going to introduce map 1, key 1, and we're going to introduce lights 1. It's going to be empty. Lights 2 is going to have 2 patrol points. Oh, actually, no. Light 2 is going to be empty. And then light 3. Well, we're going to do light 1 and light 2. Keep it consistent. And then light 3, we're going to introduce patrol points. So for the patrol points, we're going to have an array. And we're going to basically have an array of arrays of arrays, which is horrible, but that's how we're going to do this. And the patrol point is going to start at 1.5, 1.5, and it's going to end at the patrol point 18.5, I believe, 1.5. And that is going to be the singular light. The reason why we have an additional is because each light is going to have these patrol points set up. And now we're going to introduce the actual motion. So when we remap, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do what we did before, where we're going to have an array of light. So lidar, for lack of a better naming convention, we're going to call it the same thing. We're going to have lights equals to light 1, light 2, light 3. Again, for lack of a better naming convention. We're literally going to just copy this. We're going to copy that. And we're going to just do light. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. I know that right now I'm kind of just saying a bunch of things and stuff is happening. That's correct. Lights aren't going to be extinguished, so I think we can keep this consistent. Yeah, this is fine. We're going to want to recreate this for lights. Light. I will say, me saying light R just makes me think of LiDAR, which just is so far from what we're trying to do here. I find it kind of funny for some reason. Okay, and then after this, once we create the light animation, then we have to create the light shadows, quote unquote. And then we're going to introduce time, which is going to make things so much more difficult, but so much more fun. That is why we're here, everybody. That's why we're here, folks. We're here for the fun that makes you want to tear your hair out. I'm like 99%. Okay, so it is curl level I 1 0. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna want to have a create a target. So much here is bad. Okay, I gotta calm myself down because The more I think about this, the worse it feels. I basically I need to ignore the facts of what I'm doing to keep my sanity somewhat in a good spot. Okay, so that's gonna give us the initial position of the light. So we're gonna have the current position. Then we're gonna have the target position. 0. 0. Okay, and then here is where it actually gets kind of crazy. Actually, doesn't need lights. We're gonna want to do, I think, yeah, no, we're gonna do it this way. Even though it pains my soul, my very soul gets pained by this. What we're gonna do, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, and then what we do here, it's gonna be 1, lights, cur level, I dot length. And then repeat that for this one. Again, this pains my very soul, but it, theoretically speaking, should work. And now that we have this all set up, the LiDAR again, set up. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to introduce the light. Actually, for right now, let's just see if the light spawns in properly. We're in a pretty good spot to test this. So, no bugs. Gotta get the key, unlock the door, and you can see the lights up there. It's incorrect. I think I need to move it down a little bit, but it is working. You can kind of, it's a bad shade of yellow. Can I do like dark yellow? Is dark yellow an option? Can I do dark yellow? Is that an actual option for a color? If I run this, nope, it is not. It is very much not an option. I guess we need to stick with the yellow. It'll look a lot better, I think, when we actually introduce the shadows. That is my that's the saving grace of this current path I'm on. So I'm gonna just keep telling myself that, and we're gonna keep moving forward. But anyway, so clearly it did work. So next up, we're going to introduce the actual motion. So now we're going to go to the set interval. And before we actually do the player motion, we're going to first move the actual lights themselves. For I equals 0, I less than light R dot length I plus plus. We don't need to do a conditional here because if there isn't anything, then nothing will happen. Actually, I should probably test to make sure that if we beat, let's rerun this real fast. Get the key. You see the light? Is the light in the corner? Wait, the light's not there anymore. I guess it didn't save. Okay, we're gonna just ignore that for right now. Let's just keep coding. Um, light R I 0 is equal to light R I 0 less than light R No, it gets more. It's more complicated than that. Okay, we actually have conditionals here. We do want to create this where it cycles through. So if light R I 0 minus 0.1 is greater than light R I1 and light R minus 0.1 is less than this, then light R is going to be equal to this. 0 is equal, no, not 1. It's going to be 2. 2 equals. We're actually going to do an OR here and just repeat this logic. This time the other way. So less, put this all in parentheses. Is less than and greater than plus 0.1. Then we're going to set that equal to it, and we're going to repeat this logic. Oops, a daisy. We're going to repeat this logic for our 1 and 3. And then else actually, we got to add some more logic here, but for now, let's do else. We're going to do light R light R 0 minus greater than 0.1 times. I'm going to repeat this for 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, and 3. Okay, so this should give us the logic for the moving lights. The only thing we need to do now is need to actually update the new light location. I need to include one more. Okay, we need one more thing in the lights. This is not a fun way of doing this. I will just say that much. 0, and we're going to want to here do light R 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 dot remove. I genuinely don't know if it's going to work at this point. There's so many moving variables here. I think it's going to work just fine, but I'm being very optimistic for some reason about this. Light R I 4 plus equals 1. Then lights cur level I oh boy. So cur level I Daisy. This 0. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. This is actually going to be light R. We're going to want to actually use a modulus here as well. Lights cur level dot length. Okay, I think we're in a good spot. We're getting there, slowly but surely. The more I write this code, the more I am very unhappy, but because just how crazy this is actually getting. But I think we're getting there, kind of. I will say I do think this isn't entirely correct. There's another thing we need to do to make this work properly. Okay. Yeah, this is incorrect for right now. I'm gonna keep working in this thread, just because it doesn't matter. But this is not looking. This isn't where we want to be exactly right now. Light R 2 is equal to light R I 2 is equal to this. light Ri 0, 1, 2, 3 is going to equal this 1. Okay, and what we want to do here, Control X, is if lighter I equals 0. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to just drag this right now. And we're going to just create an if right here. Equals 0. And lighter I 1, 3. Then, so basically what we're doing here is if we've arrived at the destination, so if everything matches, then we're going to update our destination. That's all we're doing here. And I think all of this looks correct. Theoretically. Very, very theoretically. We're just going to run it and see what happens. This could go wrong in so many ways, it's not even funny. Okay, so no bugs so far. That means that there's no compilation errors. That isn't working, so that's not great. Let's just see if it removes itself from existence. It does. Okay, we have our loop. So this is not moving. That is a bug. That is an issue. I guess we have to figure out why that's happening. Kind of want to first do console. We have a lot of breakdown here. I'm going to first start by breaking down exactly what is happening in the light Ri. So there's no light Ri here yet. There should be one here now. So it should be moving in that direction, but it isn't. So it okay, so light R I0, I2, I0, I2. So this here should happen. Console.log this. This here should theoretically be happening in this situation. Wait, no, wait. I think it might actually be working. We're just not updating the light R. Light R I5.style.left is equal to min. Oh boy. Plus light R I0 times 5 plus VH, comma, plus VW, parentheses. Copy, paste, top. Now this is going to be 1. Now, theoretically speaking, this should update it. That's why it wasn't working before. Now it should actually update the lights. Well, it's doing something. I'm not entirely sure exactly what it's doing, but how am I actually handling this feels very suspiciously like a this feels very, very suspiciously like one of my um the bugs where it is a syntactical error in the CSS. That is my best bet at the moment as to what is actually causing this trouble. It does move a little bit when you get to it. That's the part that throws me off the most. This all looks correct. So what is actually causing this bug? Red Bull, lend me your strength. Okay, so we need to figure out where this bug is happening. Let's actually print out lidar one more time and see what happens. I think we're pretty close to breakthrough. It feels like we're like right there. The bug doesn't seem to be that debilitating, surprisingly. Point one. Wait. It says I know the issue. Plus point one. Plus point one. Okay. I think I found the bug. Let's give it a run. And now, when we run this thing, it should. Hey, look at it go! Look at it go! That is excellent. Okay, now let's actually fix the light to be going in a proper location. So the light in this one should be going from, I'm guessing the Y value is 2.5. 2.5. Maybe it goes to 17.5. Let's give it a test run and see what happens. It's so cool because you can really practically experimentally do all this. Hello, def and default. Well, that is okay. The X value is correct now, but the Y value is incorrect. Let's remove the console log statement. Guessing it's just 2 then. Save, run. Well, that's wrong, but kind of cool looking, not gonna lie. That should be 2. And now when we run this thing, your teammate added Mario and Pac-Man on 2 separate scenes, and you don't know what the purpose is for that. Well, I'd recommend trying to communicate with them. I mean, they are your teammates in the end. Um, I mean, that's one of the downfalls of having teammates is they might do stuff that you don't approve of, or don't even know what they're doing. Okay, but we have the lights working now. Now here's the more complicated thing. Actually, maybe I shouldn't delete that. Now we actually need to get the light to work. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not ready for this at all. But let's do it. Let's go. Let's effing go. Also, I'm just checking the YouTube algorithm really fast while we're working. I'd say that my views have tapered off. Yeah, this isn't one of my better videos. Shame. Def default says he had a cutscene in which the player sees the computer and then goes into Mario, but what is unstable in that? Is it the computer? Well, we have to make the game on that theme, not a particular object. Well, yeah, no. Again, if you're on a team with this person, you gotta. If you don't agree with what he's doing, then you gotta make your voice heard. Like, also, like, the thing is, you don't have to stay in whatever team you're in. Like, if you're in a team, you're essentially abiding by an agreement where you both, you know, like, this is a game jam. This isn't a class or something. This isn't you're not forced to stay in this team. You're not even forced to complete the game jam. I mean, there is like, it's a good idea generally to do it, but my lips are chapped lips. Um, okay. But hello, Sorty Enter. How's it going? Welcome back to stream. Um, what I need to do is we need to apply. Okay, here's how we're gonna do this. Oh, stop coding. Okay, I'll stop coding for 10 minutes as required. I'm not gonna stop thinking about it because, oh boy, there's yet things to be done. But yeah, 10 minutes on the clock, starting now. So at an hour and 11 minutes in, I will continue coding. So I'll just go off to coding screen. Do I like speed chess? I haven't even touched a game of chess in years. And even when I did play chess, I was never good at chess. Not okay, I wasn't ever really good at chess. I understood to play the game, but I was never like competitive in the slightest. So I'd say that I am not good at speed chess. Man, I am unbelievably the thing is, you just got to 950 elo. Elo in what? Like oh, in speed chess? That's cool. Congratulations. I'm just checking my social media because today, I'm not sure if anybody else saw it, but today I managed to upload a piece of social media for the first time in like a couple weeks actually. This is my first time actually trying to edit a video, like properly edit a video. It's not my best work. I definitely think I could have done stuff differently or better, but I think I'm getting there, and that's the most important part. Man, I will say we made a ton of progress first hour. First hour, we already managed to get the keys working, the light pathing to work, and like all we really have left is the shadows of time and create the enemy behavior. And then everything else is just map making for tonight. And if we have time to um, open up another can of worms, then we can start working on getting the artwork done. We're just like in a really, really good spot for just no reason. Like, I was not expecting to get this much done in a single hour. I will also say that I don't know if I can go for the full 3 hours today because I have to go to work at 7 again tomorrow. Work's been killing me. Absolutely killing me. I don't know. How's everybody doing? Who is everybody done with school? Is everybody on vacation? Hello from Twitch. Def and Default is visiting my Twitch from YouTube. I hope I didn't miss any YouTube chats. Let me double check that. I don't believe I have. In one of the bots? Okay. Uh, because you asked me so kindly, I will pin. I'll pin you right here. I don't know why you're popping up twice. Not you? Actually, I have no idea why you're popping up twice. Here, I'll free you. That shouldn't be there. That hurt? No, that didn't hurt. I'll put Chris Ball up. Here, I'll put Chris Ball, Sortie enter. Ken, I'll put everyone but you up. I'll put myself where my t-shirt is. Lights fire underneath. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Okay. I think what we're going to do next. The goal, the canal, Panama, etc. is we're going to let's just get the lighting system working. Okay, 10-ish minutes passed. Yeah, no. I made my own merch. Got a t-shirt, a little bot. It's rocking around. I unironically wear this shirt day after day. I think it goes hard. I think this as cringe as me saying that on my own merch, I think the little bot guy on a t-shirt is just so cool. I'm also probably just very heavily biased, so that's probably just me. Let's get back into the code of this. So, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to, yeah, a lot of coding. So we want to get the light to work. So essentially we want to know if it's going to be frustrating because of how I'm handling it right now. But I think, okay, so we want to do it after we do the LiDAR computations. So after LiDAR computations, we want to go for I equals 0, I less than grid dot length, I plus plus for j equals 0, j less than grid I dot length j plus plus. So this is going to go through all the grid elements. And now what we want to do is okay, I'm not sure how I feel about you saying that in chat, but I actually have to no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna delete that one message. Again, I mean, unless I'm not okay. I'm gonna just say this once, just for future reference. I'm not gonna like. The worst thing that might happen is if it's really busy and you put a message down, I don't have time to address it, I'll just time you out or something. I'm not gonna the only time I'd really ban somebody is if it's like obviously atrocious. Like if it's clear you're trying to start a firefight, then yeah, instant ban. But for the most part, you'd have to try to get banned to get banned. And even if you did try to get banned, if you and got banned, I'd still be willing to like hear you out and be like, okay, maybe there's a reason for you not to like to have said that. So that's all I'm gonna say is just keep it clean, keep the chat clean, and then you don't have to worry about anything. But if you say something, I'm not upset by it for the most part, unless it's really obviously meant to like be hurtful to somebody. That's all. Like I understand accidents, or there's like so many things in coding, by the way, or like just in general, like phrases that are common in the English language that you think about a little bit and you're like, yeah, that doesn't sound right. I wouldn't use that terminology. Like there have been times that I've been explaining coding principles to people and I'm like, oh God, why did they name it that? And it's like, I'm not gonna say it on stream because honestly, it isn't impossible to find. You can find it pretty easily. But there's some coding terminology stuff that is definitely on the questionable side. That I've had to really like work out of my system. Honestly, there's even like just stuff in general that's like even the not questionable stuff. There's just like some weird things in coding. Like children, like killing children processes results in zombies. Literally everything to do with child processes is like hilarious when you actually hear the terminology. It's so dark. It is actually so dark. It all makes sense, but it's extremely dark. I'm still trying to think about how I'm going to handle this. So we're going through all the grid elements. And what we're going to do is we want to see if any of the, we want to go through all the corners. So I'm going to just handle that by you want to do coding so I can say I make children every day? Well, you can't really say that for coding. It's more that so when you're working on threads, so Eventually, I'm not sure how advanced you guys are in coding. We haven't actually done this on my stream yet. But you can do multi-threaded, or like you can create processes that run on separate threads. And it gets more complicated there. There's a bunch of things you gotta handle at that point, and a lot of like interesting behaviors that happen. But what happens is when you create a process that is like on a separate thread, it's called a child process. And the issue is, so a child process has a parent process, but if the parent process dies and the child survives, then the child becomes a zombie. That's the weird part. Also, you got to kill the child process if once it completes. Okay, if I equals, sorry, I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna do this. We want to find t is equal to I. So we're going from I to the center of the light element. The center of the light element is going to be, okay, 1 second. So L1, L2, 0.5. So we're going from the vertice to the center of the light element. So because we're going from the light source here at t equals 0, at t equals 0, we want to be at light. So it'll be L plus B minus LT. Okay. So, and this is going to equal to our x, for instance. So when we know what the x is, oh boy, okay. So we want to know if it intersects here. So we want to solve for t. So it'll be x minus L over B minus L is equal to t. Okay. So we want to go through all of the wall elements, and we want to know if any of these wall elements, oh boy. My brain is hurting right now. This is not great. I'd honestly say the best way to do this would be getting all the squares that intersect and seeing if any of these squares is in the array of walls. I almost wonder if that'll be a better way to approach this than what I'm currently doing. Okay, I'm not even gonna let's not overthink this. What we're gonna do is let's brute force a problem and then go from there. So I'm also going to create a for loop for this, even though it's going to be pretty simple. For I equals, for j equals 0. What am I doing here? No, this is incorrect. What am I doing? Why? 1 second. Okay, there we go. So going to the grid, we have ij, and then we want to do, so we're at a grid point right now. Then we want to do k is going to give us the vertices. So k equals 0, k less than 4, k plus plus. This is going to give us our vertice options. And then what we're going to want to do is we have our vertice options. I'm going to actually have, before this, have lighting equals 0. And then this is going to increment lighting if a vertex is good. So we're going to do lit is equal to true initially. And then we're going to go through all, we're going to brute force walls. Actually, we're going to do, we'll have L. L is equal to 0, while L is less than walls dot length. Actually, walls cur level dot length and lit. And we're going to end on L plus plus. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to increment, we're going to go through all of the walls until either we find one that blocks, that's still lit, or we're out of walls. Basically, that will mean that it will remain lit. And we're going to see if our thing intersects with these walls. Okay, so step number 1 is going to be, we're going to do if we got to compute first. So we're starting, so K0 is going to be, okay, so this thing here, we're going to, okay, I gotta do some math for this. This is where everything gets very, very frustrating very, very quickly. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be math floor, and that is going to be modulo. This will be a pain, I can already tell. Okay, so we want to basically test. So we want to take the x values. So x values in this case are going to be going from the light source. We're going to, for every single block, we're going to test standard and +1 with the walls and see if it goes from standard to +1. So, and also got to see if it's in between the two things. So actually, first thing we got to do is we got to see if the wall itself is within the actual bounds. Because if it isn't within the bounds, it doesn't matter. It's outside, could not matter. So if walls cur level L 0, and then we're going to want to do greater so how do I compare this? Do you know how to fly to the moon? I'm guessing you're trying to double jump or something along those lines with your bombs. I don't think there's a moon in the game though. In stream avatars. I guess I can brute force this. I mean, it isn't the biggest issue. The issue is you don't know exactly where the okay, so we want to know if a number is between two other numbers. Okay, so actually, I see how I can do this. I see how I can do this. It's pretty simple. Basically, we're going to compare walls cur level L0 minus one of them. So we're going to do minus, and so this is walls. We want to compare it to the light source. So also we need to do the light sources. So we want to do vertices, and we want to do light sources. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. Looking at some more points. Wait. One second. There you go. Um, so each vertex. Lit equals true. We want to do walls. We also want to do. Hello, Baris. How's it going? Hello, Turul. I'm currently. Thank you for the compliment. I am currently trying to stay sane because this problem I'm dealing with right now is kind of a pain. Just a little bit. IJK, L, and actually, I should make this BL. Make this Z. This feels like infinite. For Z equals 0, Z less. We're gonna have to add efficiency, or like we'll have to optimize at some point. This is gonna be quite ridiculous. I mean, it's a small game, so hopefully it doesn't really matter, but light R dot length, or yeah, dot length Z plus plus, and I think we're also gonna add in I'll start lit equals false and then go into lit equals true. And not lit. And then we want to prove that it's false. Okay, there's the logic. We found the logic. Okay, now that we have all of that working, or all of that in place, let's actually figure out how to do this properly. If walls cur level L0 minus light RL zero is less than 0 is equal. Okay, here's where it gets fun. And this is where it just genuinely becomes kind of crazy. So we want to do the reverse of this. So we right now we're following the lighting. I want to go to, we have the walls, lighting, and we need the actual player X. Player X minus, no, not player X. What am I doing? Player X, lighting, and grid. So this will be I plus, no, because it's not only that, it's because it's X. We're doing with the X value. It's I plus K modulo 1. K modulo 2. I plus K modulo 2. Okay. So if this is true, so essentially, what we've done here is if the wall, we actually want to do both of them. So, and we're going to repeat this. And the main difference is going to be, instead of going for the X value, we're going to go for the Y value. So Y value, light R 1. Less than 0. Less than 0. Can we see the game? Well, right now, this code here isn't working yet. So, see a def and default. Happy coding to yours. Happy coding to you as well. I can show what we have so far, but I'd have to just comment this out for the time being. Here, I'll comment out the new area for you. Basically, this is what we're working on right now. This nasty code. Here, I'll give it a run. I mean, it's probably a good idea we saved anyways. So here's our current progress. So we have, we implemented keys. So we can add a key in, and that'll open up the door. Here we have, you can look up here, you can see there's a light that's going back and forth. So we implemented a pathing system for lights. We have leveling, so we can do this thing. The walls block you from going through them. And also in this one, if you don't get the key, you can't exit. But with the key, you can't exit. And now we got to work on the actual lighting system. This is the next step. And that is what we're working on, is the system for lighting all the blocks. And that is proving very, very complicated. That's not even me trying to, like, I'm not trying to show off or anything. It's just complicated. That's really all it really is to it. Just how I'm handling it right now. It definitely isn't a clean, nice, and simple solution. Light R1, and then here it is in K factorial 2. It's K over 2. Math dot floor. And then walls minus cur level 1. All that's correct. Yeah. Okay. So if this is true, then we're only checking the blocks or the walls that are within the area of the actual where they could possibly intersect. So because of this, we don't actually need to check the time anymore. We can just go straight for the calculation. So if this is true, then we're going to take the wall. We're just going to check each one of the sides. And if any of the sides block it, then lit will equal false. So all we're going to do is, so starting with x, so this is t, we want to, so this computation here, so it'll be walls walls z 0, that is dx, minus, and the L is going to be light R L 0 over block is going to be I plus K modulo 2 minus, and then L light R L 0. So this here is going to give us our T. And after that, we're going to multiply this by another parentheses times. So it'll be light R L1 plus light R L1 minus, then it's going to be box, which is going to be J. Did I do J earlier? No, I didn't. That's a mistake here. J plus math dot floor K over 2. And that is gonna have wait. Yes, no, we're still doing fine. We're still doing fine. So so I'm gonna just say this is int equals, I'll call it int or int y. I'll call it int y is equal to this. If this is true, if int y actually, let's compute it this way. Let's do it in a single logical statement because I am feeling like I'm I am right now in a crazy mood. So it needs to be between wall 1 and wall 1 plus 1. So we will do that is if the distance, so we'll take the distance from wall Z, actually it's walls per level because, you know, we've thrown out logic a long time ago. Curl level 0, 1 minus 0.5. This is distance from the Z 0.5. If this math.apps of all this is less than 0.5, lit equals false. And now we repeat this for all the sides. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to repeat this for the other side as well. So what that means is we're just comparing it to the other side of, we're just changing the wall data. And specifically, we're changing the X value, not the Y value. So we're just going to do +1 here. Wherever we see, oh, wait, after the and, let's zoom out a little bit. Put a space here, make it a bit more legible. Okay. So every walls X element is going to be +1. And I think there's actually only one single place where that shows up. So that's it. That's all we got to do for that. And then we repeat this one more time for the Y. Quite literally the same exact logic, except Y. Let's take a break from the weird math for a second. And what we're going to do instead is, so if lit is equal to true, so after all of this, if lit is equal to true, if lit lighting plus equals 1. That's really the where all the logic kind of boils down to. I probably also want to add in an edge case. If it is a wall, we want to ignore it. Well, we can always do that later. That's not really a high priority. Honestly, for right now, how I'm going to do this is if after all of this, grid ij.style.opacity. So if it's not lit, so in the non-lit levels, I want the opacity to be 100%. If it's lit, I want the opacity to drop. Let's just do background color is equal to percent plus 111 two times lighting. I honestly just want to see what happens because we've done a lot of work here, and I think it probably isn't gonna work. But I want to just see what happens. My curiosity is getting the better of me in this situation. I honestly don't think anything's gonna happen at all. Kind of terrified. Oh boy, bugs. 208. We didn't close this up properly. Double here and here. line 208. Why is 208? What's unexpected about that comma? Okay, all of that is correct. Parentheses. If I had to take a wild guess, I'm guessing the bug we're currently dealing with is inside that monstrosity of a piece of code. Everything else there looks pretty accurate. This is the only place where I can imagine there being a severe bug. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. Thank you for the follow, Troll PvP. 1, 2, 1, 0. Okay, that's clean. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 0, close, 0. Wait. Are we down 1? I think we're down 1. I think that's what's going on here. Math.apps, this. Math.apps, this. If that is true. Okay. So, wait, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Ay. Sorry, I was like just trying to figure out what's wrong with this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. No, that's fit. It ends up okay. It evens. Okay, so that's not the bug there. If lit lighting. It makes it all the way down here. How does it make it down here? If I remove this code, will it work? I guess we can just remove various layers of this until we find a layer that is problematic. So that's working. Let's go one layer down. I'm pretty sure that layer is fine, so let's go 2 layers down actually. Technically 3 layers down. So let's go here and close off here. That's working. Still running properly. Okay, let's go one additional layer down. Let's go into the while. Give it a nice sweet little run. It's working. One more time. So I think we're narrowing it down to the fact that it has to be where I initially was worried that the bug was going to be in. Yeah, it's pretty clear that's where the bug is. Kind of curious about how the performance drops. Performance is still pretty decent. Let's actually take a look at it still is majority idle, so I think we're still doing pretty decent in terms of performance. Walls is not defined. Do not know what's up with that. Oh, it's maps, not walls. Okay, well, that's a fairly easy fix. Okay, I believe we found all the previous walls, changed to maps. Now that behavior should be fixed. Now the question is, okay, so let's go down one more abstraction. Wait, I think I see the issue. That should solve the problem. Let's give it a run and see what happens. Yep, we fixed a bug. And I cannot move. Oh god, I think we're stuck in an infinite loop. You know what? Okay, we're at 2 hours. We're getting close. Next step is finish making the lights, make the enemy, and then quickly make some levels. Right now, we're officially down to a day and 15 hours. So, um, I might pull some extra hours tomorrow to try to get this done. Maybe this won't be something we can finish for the game jam. That'll be unfortunate. That would be very unfortunate. We can't finish it for the game jam. We did also start this game jam like 4 days late, so we've only had like 3 hours to work on it so far, which is kind of just honestly kind of just plain embarrassing for like a game jam. That's like no time whatsoever. So I'm gonna call it right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm not no outro needed. I'm too tired for an outro. We don't have enough viewers for a raid. Stop that ad. We don't want any ads right now. Hope you guys all enjoyed the content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully tomorrow, if everything goes well, and hopefully tomorrow, maybe tomorrow I'll be like in a good enough spot where I'll be like, okay, we can just submit it, you know, even if it doesn't look that good. That would suck though. I don't think we'll be submitting anything.